Have you ever felt that pang of injustice, that gut-wrenching feeling when someone tries to do good and is met with the opposite? Perhaps you've witnessed a small act of kindness backfire spectacularly. Share your thoughts in the comments below, we're all ears. And if this sounds like the kind of story that resonates with you, a little like wouldn't go amiss, thank you. There's a shadow hanging over this tale, a whisper of secrets that clung to the very air of the Cozy Kettle Diner. Even now, years later, the unanswered questions swirl like the steam from a forgotten coffee cup. What truly happened that fateful Tuesday? What were the real motives lurking beneath the polished veneer of success? And why did a simple act of human decency lead to such devastating consequences? The truth, as you'll soon discover, is far more tangled and unsettling than anyone could have imagined. Let's delve deeper to see. Coraline Cora Bellwether, a woman whose smile usually radiated the warmth of a summer sunrise in Oakhaven, felt a knot tighten in her stomach that morning. The diner, usually bustling with the cheerful chaos of early risers, held a strange, almost suffocating stillness. Her worn apron felt heavier than usual, the familiar scent of brewing coffee doing little to soothe her unease. Then he walked in, a man with eyes that seemed to hold the weight of the world, dressed in clothes that spoke of quiet wealth, yet carrying an air of profound weariness. He sat alone in a corner booth, his gaze fixed on the rain-streaked window. Cora, her heart instinctively going out to him, approached with her usual gentle demeanor. "Morning, sir. Coffee." He looked up, and for a fleeting moment, a ghost of a smile touched his lips. "Please," he murmured, his voice a low rumble. She brought him coffee and later, a slice of her famous blueberry pie on the house. He looked surprised, then grateful. They talked a little. He told her his name was Arthur Finch and that he was just passing through. Cora, in turn, shared snippets of her life. Her dreams of opening a small bakery, the quiet joy she found in her work, the worry she carried for her ailing mother. There was an unspoken connection, a shared humanity that transcended their different walks of life. What Cora didn't know was that Arthur Finch wasn't just passing through. He was the CEO of a vast corporation, a man known for his ruthless efficiency and impenetrable facade, going undercover to assess his company's newest acquisition, the very diner where Cora worked. The next day, the manager, a stern-faced man named Sterling, called Cora into his cramped office. His words were clipped, devoid of any warmth. "Coraline, effective immediately, your services are no longer required." Cora's breath caught in her throat. "But why? I haven't done anything wrong." Sterling's gaze was cold. "Mr. Finch observed your interactions with customers. He found them unprofessional, overly familiar. It's not the image we want to project." Cora felt a wave of disbelief wash over her. Fired? For showing kindness? For treating a lonely customer with a little warmth? It felt like a cruel joke. As she gathered her meager belongings, a sense of injustice burned within her. Arthur Finch. The name echoed in her mind. The man she had shown compassion to had, unknowingly, cost her her livelihood. Or so it seemed. Days turned into weeks, each one a struggle. Cora's savings dwindled, and the weight of her mother's medical bills pressed down on her. Despair began to creep in, a cold and unwelcome guest. Then a letter arrived, a crisp, expensive-looking envelope with no return address. Inside, a single card read, "Arthur Finch requests your presence at his office, downtown. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. A flicker of hope ignited within Cora's chest, battling against the lingering resentment. What could he possibly want? Was this some kind of twisted apology? Or something else entirely? The city skyline loomed before her the next morning, a stark contrast to the cozy familiarity of Oakhaven. The towering glass building that housed Arthur Finch's corporation felt like a different world. She was shown into a spacious office, the panoramic view doing little to ease her nervousness. And there he was, standing by the window, his back to her. He turned as she entered. The weariness she had seen in his eyes at the diner was gone, replaced by a look she couldn't quite decipher. A mixture of regret and something else, anticipation? "Miss Bellwether," he began, his voice firm yet carrying a note of sincerity. "Please have a seat." He explained that his undercover stint was to understand the ground realities of his new acquisition. He had observed many things, the good and the bad. And Cora's genuine kindness, her ability to connect with a stranger without expecting anything in return, had struck him deeply. He had seen in her the very qualities he valued: empathy, integrity, and a genuine human touch that was often missing in the corporate world. Then came the twist. Sterling, the manager who had fired her, had a long history of mistreating staff, a fact Finch had uncovered during his assessment. Cora's firing wasn't about her kindness. It was about Sterling's abuse of power, something Finch had been looking for evidence of. "Ms. Bellwether," Arthur Finch continued, his gaze direct, "I wasn't just passing through your diner. I was evaluating it. And you, Ms. Bellwether, are exactly the kind of person this company needs. Not just as a waitress, but as someone who understands the importance of human connection." He then offered her a new position, a role in the company's customer relations department, a chance to bring her warmth and empathy to a wider audience. Cora was stunned. From being unjustly fired, she was now being offered an opportunity she had never dreamed of. But the surprises didn't end there. Finch also revealed his own personal tragedy, the loss of his wife years ago, a loss that had left him feeling isolated and disconnected until their brief encounter in the diner. Cora's simple act of kindness had reminded him of the importance of human connection, a lesson he had almost forgotten in his pursuit of success. The shocking next step wasn't a dramatic confrontation or a scandalous revelation, but something far more profound. Arthur Finch, deeply moved by Cora's compassion and recognizing her inherent value, not only gave her a new job, but also used his position to implement company-wide changes, emphasizing empathy and ethical treatment of both employees and customers. Sterling was relieved of his duties, and a new culture began to blossom within the organization, all thanks to the unexpected consequences of a fired waitress's simple act of kindness towards an undercover CEO. The moral of the story: never underestimate the power of a single act of kindness. It can ripple outwards, touching lives in ways you may never know. And sometimes it can even change the world, one heartfelt interaction at a time.